tips, strategies, and solutions to improve your mental fitness. This is Mental Fitness Matters. Hey, happy Thursday, everybody. You are listening to Mental Fitness Matters. I am your host, Tracy Alston, and this is WSIC Radio. Happy Thursday. As everyone in the world knows right about now, this past weekend in Los Angeles, there was a helicopter accident that took the lives of 9 people aboard, including Kobe Bryant and his 13-year-old daughter, Gianna. Kobe was a legend who will always be remembered for his Mamba mentality, his works on and off the basketball court, and his continued message of gratitude and gratefulness and using every opportunity like it was your last. My thoughts and prayers go out to the family, friends, and loved ones that have been affected by this tragedy. As I think more about this, death really does have a strange way of bringing people together. Over the last 5 days, everywhere you turn, whether you're on social media, whether you're looking at the news, people are talking about this tragedy and the importance of expressing your love for the people while they're still here, right? Expressing the importance of gratitude and recognizing that everything that you have right now, nothing's promised. You're here today, gone tomorrow. And one of the things that I found very fascinating, the people are actually pausing to reflect, to appreciate, and to put in perspective the important things in life. Death really does have a strange way of bringing people together. And guys, the truth is, things like this are happening every day. People are getting phone calls that a loved one has passed, people are sick, or some tragedy took place in another state or another country. And when we begin to look at the world from that lens and that perspective, a lens of compassion and appreciation that nothing's promised and that everyone is going through something, and when we begin to see and understand that love is love, loss is loss, hurt is hurt, pain is pain, that's when we can really begin to see things change. There was a video clip that I saw. Kobe Bryant did an interview, and he was talking about today could be the last day of your career. Today could be the day that your career is over. What would you do? He also said that you can have some ideas, you can have some things that you really want to get into, but what if it's your last day? So he chose to look at life, to rest at the end, not in the middle. That was the motto that he lived by. Rest at the end, not at the middle. I think that is a powerful message and a powerful perspective. If we can choose to rest at the end and not at the middle, what if today was our last day? What are we doing with the time that we have now, the opportunities that we have now? Are we really appreciating the now, the present moment? Or are we still worried about yesterday or stressed out about our future? What are we doing with the time that we have now? So this has really inspired my topic for today's show. We're going to talk about the power of gratitude and perspective. And I'm going to also share with you guys some research on how neuroscience reveals that gratitude literally rewires your brain to be happier. All right, so let's get started with today's show. And if you are just tuning in, you're listening to Mental Fitness Matters. I am your host, Tracy Alston. And if this is your first time tuning in to Mental Fitness Matters, this show is designed to provide you with education, tips, strategies, and solutions on how to improve your mental performance, okay? So on this show, we talk about all matters as it relates to mental health and mental fitness. And I've also said every show coming up that if you are an industry expert and you would like to share some information about what you do in your field, please go to tracyalston.com. That's TracyAlston. Apply to be a guest on my show there. Also, if there's a topic that you would like to hear me discuss, go to tracyalston.com and submit a topic request there, and I look forward to hearing from you. I also want to give you guys a few updates on this upcoming weekend. If you are in the Lake Norman, Charlotte area, Statesville, Salisbury, surrounding areas, this weekend on Saturday, February 1st, from 1 p.m. to 3 p.m., please come out to the Cornelius Town Hall. They're having their annual Black History Month celebration. This event is free, so it's a free event. They're going to have live performances, children activities, refreshments, and I am so honored that I will be the guest speaker for this year's event. So if you are in the Charlotte, Lake Norman area or surrounding areas in North Carolina this weekend and you have an opportunity to stop by the Cornelius Town Hall, we would love to see you there. All right. So you can also check out my website at tracyalston.com for more information on that. All right, guys. Today's topic, the power of gratitude and perspective and how gratitude can rewire your brain to be happier. I'm excited about this topic because I really do. I just think it's important because I think in the midst of our greatest difficulties and challenges, we can always find things for which we are truly grateful for. In the midst of all of our difficulties and challenges, no matter what we're facing, I think we can always find things for which we are truly grateful for. I think it can be so easy to take things for granted, especially if you're walking every day, you're talking every day, you're seeing every day, you're smiling every day. I think it can be so easy to take things that we do so naturally for granted until those things are taken away. But the reality is someone can't walk, someone can't talk, someone can't smile, someone can't do the things that they were doing yesterday because in an instant things could change. So I think when I think about gratitude and compassion and appreciation, I'm referring to all things, big and small, because the reality is if we're looking through our lens of compassion, we will recognize that what may seem simple and we take so naturally and do so naturally may be the one thing that somebody is wishing and praying for that they had an opportunity to do again. So as we begin this topic, I think it's important for us to begin to reflect, what is gratitude? When I say that word as you're listening or if you're watching, however you're ingesting this information, when I say gratitude, what do you think about when I say that word? I'm going to share with you guys the definition of gratitude. It really is the quality of being thankful. It's a readiness to show appreciation. It's an act of appreciation and love. And if we can sit right now and just reflect, there are probably so many things that you could think about in your life that you're grateful for, whether that's your family, your friends, your health, your life, your job, food, a place to stay. There's so many things that we can be grateful for. And I was looking at the research, and it shows that acts of kindness and those feelings of gratitude flood our brain with a chemical called dopamine. And dopamine is a feel-good chemical produced in your brain. And when we are truly grateful for something or someone, our brain rewards us with what's called a natural high. And according to that research, if we do that practice on a regular basis of expressing gratitude and appreciation, that has so many benefits to your physical, mental, and emotional health. So focusing on the positive and feeling gratitude and appreciation can improve your sleep quality. It can reduce feelings of anxiety and depression. It improves your mood, reduces inflammation, and lowers your risk of heart failure. Isn't that incredible? It has life-changing benefits just by being grateful and showing appreciation. So think about that. If we could just start developing a conscious practice of appreciation, a conscious practice of appreciation. What if you just took the opportunity to thank every person for everything that he or she does, big or small, in the process of carrying out their duties for you? Think about that. Whether that's in your home, whether that's in school, at work, at a restaurant, in the store. What if you just took every opportunity that you had to thank every person that came across your path that assisted you in some way? Every time you develop an attitude of gratitude and just say thank you to the person that's assisting you or supporting you, there's a few amazing things that take place. First off, their self-esteem goes up. So people that you are showing appreciation to, their self-esteem goes up. They feel good about themselves, and they feel more valuable. And they even feel more motivated to do more of the things that they received appreciation for. Imagine that. And as a licensed clinical mental health therapist, I really encourage my parents to do this as well. When we think about our kids and how we're modeling behavior, if you can catch or acknowledge or magnify when your child is demonstrating kindness and positive behaviors, this is one of the best modeling tools and teaching tools to show them. You're showing them appreciation. It's not about just doing well in school or sports, but character traits. So if you can really begin to magnify and catch your child doing something kind for somebody, whether that's opening up a door and letting somebody go first, those are things that we want to build on, guys. Remember, as a mental fitness community, we are trying to build mentally fit people, right? And so the more that we can practice and model the characteristics that we want to see, the better. So saying thank you is one of the best people building, marriage and relationship building, and child building tools that you have access to, just by saying thank you. And according to that research, people who feel appreciated and valued, they perform better. They have a higher self-esteem and confidence. They're more loyal, and they are great for helping create and build positive cultures and environments. Who wouldn't want that? Who would not want to have positive people, appreciative people, grateful people in their community, in their job? People that value you, that you value, that they know that you see them, that you appreciate them. Think about that in your personal life. When people are kind to you, when they're respectful to you, you're probably more than likely to show them that same respect, right? You go the extra mile. You stay a little later. You work a little harder, right? So think about that in your personal life. If you feel good when somebody appreciates or values you, imagine what they feel on the other end, on the receiving end of that. Vice versa, if people are rude, disrespectful, ungrateful, complaining all the time, that doesn't make you feel good. So gratitude has a lasting impact on our overall health and wellness. It goes beyond what we can see. It actually has an impact on our brain. And that's really what I want to talk about, how we can begin to use gratitude to really rewire our brain to be happier, okay? So we are going to take a break. And when we come back, I'm going to share with you guys the benefits of gratitude and a few quick tips on how to increase happiness by practicing gratitude. Hey, welcome back. You are listening to the Mental Fitness Matters Show. I'm your host, Tracy Alston, and this is WSIC Radio. And if you are just tuning in, today's topic is on the power of gratitude and perspective and how gratitude can rewire your brain to be happier. Okay, guys, so as I mentioned, gratitude is our emotion that relates to our ability to feel and express thankfulness and appreciation. I want to just run through a few quick benefits of just having gratitude and being grateful. Like I said, a lot of things are happening beneath the surface when you express appreciation for something. It's not just a feeling that you feel, but things are really changing in your body, physically, mentally, emotionally. And I want to talk about that just for a few minutes. So a few benefits of gratitude include greater optimism and happiness. You just feel good. You have a great outlook on life. It improves feelings of connections in the time of loss or crisis. I just saw where Vanessa Bryant this morning released some information where she really expressed how appreciative she was and how she found comfort in knowing that Kobe and Gianna were so deeply loved around the country. So she was able to find some comfort even in the midst of what the families are going through right now. So it can improve your feelings of connection in a time of loss or crisis. It increases your self-esteem. It heightens your energy level. So being grateful gives you a little bit more energy, right? It expands your capacity for forgiveness. I think this is a big one. If there's some things that you're holding on to, some grudges that you might be holding, some people that you're still not talking to, being grateful and finding appreciation can really expand this capacity for you to forgive. It also heightens spirituality, which really is the ability to see something bigger than yourself. And one more, gratitude has the ability to improve our self-care, which is a greater likelihood for us to take care of ourselves. That's physically, the things that we eat. So your self-care begins to improve when you start to show more appreciation and gratefulness. So now what I want to get into with the time that we have left here, let's talk about a few ways that you can start to practice right here at home, ways to increase happiness by practicing gratitude. I shared the first strategy before we went to break by just simply saying thank you. Start there. The people that you are interacting with every single day, if you just simply say thank you and show other people that you value them, that you see them and that you appreciate them, that's one way that you can really start to practice being grateful. Number 2, if you're not already doing this, I would love for you to start this practice. Start keeping a gratitude journal and recording experiences for which you are grateful for. I would recommend if you could do this type of activity at night, start keeping that journal beside your bed. So the idea would be here, if you could just write down 3 to 5 positive experiences from your day, right? So if you could just reflect on your day, write down 3 to 5 experiences that you are appreciative of or grateful for, start that there. Personally, for myself, as I practice this and as I reflect on my day, a few things that I reflect on and that I write down are my family, my friends, my health, my team, my clients. So those are just a few ideas of things that you can begin to write down as you think about, what am I grateful for? What do I appreciate? Just start to jot those things down, start to create a practice here and find things that you appreciate. And if you feel like, you know what, I'm having a pretty down day, I don't really feel like I have anything to write about, that's okay. Start reading the earlier entries that you were journaling about. So if you don't have anything in particular for that day, go back to the previous days, read over that, allow that to sit in your spirit. That is going to help you get through this project here, because many people forget to do this. This can really prevent you from getting the most out of your journal, because if you're not having a good day, you may have a hard time remembering to just go back to the days that were good. So just go back, reread. It's okay. Start again. So recording these positive experiences has an impact on your brain and your performance. There was a study that showed recording positive experiences, it boosts your levels of alertness, your enthusiasm, your determination, your attentiveness, and your energy levels, especially when it was compared to those who focused on negative events. Okay, so that's great. If you focus on the positive, excuse me, research shows that recording these experiences for which you are grateful for, if you can do that for 2 consecutive weeks, it has lasting positive effects that sustain up to 6 months. So just taking the time to write down things that you are grateful for 2 consecutive weeks had positive effects that sustained up for 6 months. I think that's pretty amazing. So number 2 is start your gratitude journal. Number 3, practice not gossiping or complaining or judging people for one day. This is a big one, especially if you are in a negative or toxic environment. It can be so easily to fall into the culture that you're around. So if people around you are complaining, grumbling, griping, unhappy, always have something wrong, this could really start to affect your mood and energy level. And this can also affect your ability to see things from a different perspective and be positive. So I challenge you to just assess your environment and gradually make changes to your social groups, not only your social groups that you're in publicly, just making sure you're even social media. That could be a source of negative energy and negative information. So start to assess what you are taking in. And if you begin to pay attention to how you feel, so, for example, if you're one of those people who feel tired all the time, just begin to assess, are you tired because you're not getting enough rest? Or are you tired because of the things that you're consuming all day? If you're hanging around people that are negative, not positive, not building you up, they could be the ones draining your energy. Okay, so what if your energy is being depleted by the negative environment that you're in, not because you're not getting enough rest? So make sure you do a self-check, and don't be afraid to change your friends, to change your conversations or your social groups, especially if they're having a negative impact on your mental and physical health, okay? So if you're having conversations and you're walking away feeling exhausted, you may need to make sure you're checking who you're hanging around and set some boundaries for yourself. Don't be afraid to do that and become more mindful of what you're taking in. My last one and one of my favorite ones, one of my favorite tips is for using gratitude to rewire your brain to be happier. It's just to do a simple gratitude meditation. This is powerful, guys. Research shows that our thoughts have power to shape our brains. And I talked on a previous episode about the power of your thoughts and the power of your thinking. But there's so much research that shows that the power of our thoughts really begin to shape our brain. The more conscious we are about perceiving an experience as being positive, the more this perception will generalize and spread to other parts of our brain. So if we can start to get in situations, perceive those things as positive, it really does have an impact on your brain structure. So I'm going to give you guys an example of a gratitude meditation that will really only take you 2 to 5 minutes a day when you begin to practice this. And I suggest that you begin to practice this really once or twice a day if you can to really maximize the effects here. And so if you're listening to this and you're driving, please just feel free to come back and do this later. I'm really just going to give you the steps and the outline so that as you are thinking about starting a simple meditation practice, gratitude meditation is a perfect place to start. It really just allows you to reflect on what you're grateful for. So the steps in that, I'm going to give you guys the instructions. Feel free to go back and do this when you have a chance to and you're in a safe place to do so. But what you're going to do is just going to find a comfortable seated position. So you just get comfortable seating wherever you are. You're going to relax with your eyes closed, and you're going to start to feel grounded in the chair that you're sitting in, okay? So find you a comfortable seated position. Start to relax with your eyes closed. Take a few deep breaths. Make sure you're breathing a little deeper there because that really has calming benefits for your mind and your body. And when you get really, really relaxed, we are more open to suggestions, which is really a powerful state to get into. So close your eyes, relax, get in a comfortable position. And now what I want you to do when you do that, begin to think about what you're really grateful for. Just begin to take whatever comes to your mind first and build on that thought. So if it's family, if it's friends, start to really think about that and just expand on the story. Why are you grateful for that thing? Why are you grateful for that person? Start to have a positive memory, positive experience as you're in this place, okay? Stay in that moment just for a few minutes and allow it to sink in. Then I want you to just begin to intensify that feeling that you feel. So if it's happy, if it's excitement, just intensify that feeling and start to vividly visualize what you're seeing. So keep that experience in your mind, set your timer for 2 to 5 minutes, and just continue to build on that practice, and you're done. That's a gratitude meditation. Close your eyes, get in a comfortable position, think about what you're grateful for, allow that feeling to come up and expand, stay in that place for just a few moments, and you're done. Practice that 1 or 2 times a day and watch how your life changes. All right, guys. So as we are thinking about and recapping today's show, today was the power of gratitude and perspective and how to use gratitude to rewire your brain for happiness. So make sure you are just doing your daily practices of being grateful, saying thank you, taking time out for yourself, setting up time to practice this gratitude meditation, reminding yourself, what are you feeding yourself in your environment? If it's negative energy, if it's negative people, begin to move those things out of the way. Take care of yourself and set boundaries. All right, Mental Fitness family, that is today's show. We are here every single Thursday, 8:30 a.m. to 9 a.m. Make sure you check out tracyalston.com. If you are a podcast listener, these shows will be uploaded to the podcast every single week. So if you have iTunes, Spotify, Stitcher, TuneIn, whatever your listening platform is, you can also catch these shows there. So feel free. If you did not get a chance to go through the guided and gratitude meditation live here on air today, no worries. Go back, listen to it again, take your time and really begin to practice this, guys. It has been an amazing show. I hope you guys have a great week. I will see you next time. Thank you for joining us today on Mental Fitness Matters. Tune in every Thursday at 8:30 a.m. to 9 a.m. for more tips, tools, strategies, and solutions that will help you reach your peak mental fitness. My name is Tracy Alston, and you've been listening to Mental Fitness Matters.